Hello, guys. It's Jonah from Blue Lotus Gaming with another YouTube video. Well, with a YouTube, a long-awaited YouTube video. I'm not sure if any of you were waiting on me, but that's fine. I was waiting on myself. So a new card came out for Mythical Beast called Magic Magic Lab, and it is like the saving grace of the deck. And let me get you to understand why, right? So there's a particular wording that is different than you would think. It seems like the monster has to be faced up on the field instead of in that pendulum zone, but that is not the case because mythical beasts are pendulum monster cards, but they are not a pendulum monster on the field until they hit the monster card zone. So basically, I guess they were trying to be super technical, um, and almost failed at doing it. But basically, as long as the monster's on the field, as long as that the card is on board anywhere on the fucking field, and it gets destroyed, Magic Lab gets counters, and this thing gets counters like it's just amazing. The amount of counters you can get on this card. So when you combine that with Magical Citadel, things get a little busted. And I got two replays here for you. I would have like 10 replays like I normally do, but I'm just so excited to share my my thoughts and feelings about this. So I'm gonna do a small little bit of commentary, but the video will not be long at all since it's only just two. I will talk a little bit about my thoughts on what we can do or what you guys can do about the deck. There are many different things you can add in here. It's a pretty thick deck, but everything touches everything. So I was going to get some dude playing some other deck, but here you'll see why I run Tide. If I had a spellbook card, I could have went. I could have did more. The stupidest thing he could do was kill my pendulums and leave the Royal Magical Library. You'll see why now. You'll see why. Turn two. Yeah, that I wasn't even done, dude. Like I wasn't even done. He just didn't even let me finish, man. I'm telling you, this would have been like ridiculous. Magic Citadel had 10 counters, right? So I could have summoned Ebion the Master Magician um again, and then like start recovering spells from the grave to use again that same turn. I think you guys probably seen that I did not. Well, I'll talk about that a little later, but let's talk about this. Okay, so I want to get against the Blue Eyes player, and this hand is amazing. This hand is beautiful. Watch, just watch. Here's my fuck up. Here's my fuck up. Here's my fuck up. So right here, I should have summoned the Griffin right there, right here, because I had fucked up and summoned Jackal right here. I mean, I should have summoned Jackal right here and the other guy right there, and then I could have summoned Griffin right here. But I had literally finished thinking about it the split second I did it, and then I still fucked up summoning Griffin right here. So from now on, the soft lock stun would be Tromir Griffin and Jackal King in the same space. And here in the grave, I could have discarded my exemplar because I really didn't need her. But you know, you'll see why she actually comes in clutch next turn. But I could have set knowledge face down or something like that to have more advantage. But I would have needed that for fate anyway. But he's gonna kind of fuck it up. But you will see that next. But I fucked up there. It would have been so sweet, so fucking sweet. Like he would have been so fucked up. Tell you, he wouldn't be able to do shit, like at all. But you'll see. And this is just turn one. The idiot could have killed my Tromir Griffin. I don't know why he left it there. And that was game. That was game. This is just my test build. I literally just made this shit like, what, 15-20 minutes ago. A little bit more than that because I had played 2 games. But I literally just made this deck from scratch. Like, I'm just, like, threw some shit together. Thought about the way I wanted to make this deck. So, one of the, like, MVPs, Astrograph Sorcerer, MVP. Gotta run him. If you don't run him, it's fucking, it's whack. It's subpar. Because this dude literally reacts off of the fact that you're special off of the react that you're blowing up your pendulum cards automatically. You get the automatic search for advantage. So you have him and Magic Lab. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Like, talk about like spamming the amount of advantage you have. It'd be amazing. And then you can go with like Astrograph Sorcerer as well. Chronograph. I decided to run one Chronograph for the exact reason why I have Mythical Beast King Jackal, because it's kind of funny. Like, Jackal can't special summon himself, but he special summon everything else out of that, every other mythical beast out of the extra deck but himself. So you have to focus on Beast Jackal to get him out, but not really. But now you have like Chronograph. You can easily get Chronograph out with Metamorphosis Electrum. I run the Jesters. The Jesters allows me to extend, as you saw. I can easily go normal summon Blue Boy, do spell book stuff, special summon Jester. Jester go into fucking Crowley. Easy, right? Or like there's other stuff you can add to the extra deck. This is kind of like insurance, I suppose. Because I was supposed to have like tuners in here. Um, in a previous build, so this stuff goes out. This stuff goes out. But you're supposed to be able to bring out him and then bring out Makaba. But I'm kind of working on that. Like I said, I kind of just like slap shit together. Like, okay, so yeah, that's also what Metaphor's Electromite comes in as well, because you could just do your pendulum stuff as well, and then you can activate. While you got more spell books or spellcasters on the field, you can go into Alistair, activate Instant Fusion, summon Winda, activate his effect, discard, search, invocation. Um, there's not a Monster Reborn in here, but there should be one, honestly. Monster Reborn needs to be in here. Spellbook of a Life needs to be in here as well. Because that's an old combo. Well, that's a combo that I created in one of my build in my previous videos, called Alistair Crowley, and it was literally basically creating a lockdown where um, I'd have a negation, special summon limitation, and also monster effect negation. So like you can only summon it to Trauma Griffin's marker, and then like you can't special summon anything else. I mean you can't activate the effect of anything else that is special summon. So it was a really interesting combo I came up with. But you'll see that on one of my other videos. MVP Royal Magical Library. It was really weird. I run this at a 1, and I came up. It came up twice in like one dual turn 1 or turn 2. This card, I think, should be played at least a 2 or 3 of in their more condensed variant. But I like spellbooks and the ability to search stuff. It's just always good. Like using Duelist Alliance to search out Pendulum Paradox, because Pendulum Paradox is if you don't run Pendulum Paradox, your deck's I feel like your deck's trash. But it's just me being hard on whoever doesn't do that. But I think it would be a foolish decision not to run it at all, than to run like 3 of it or something like that. Magic Lab is a absolute must. This card is absolutely amazing for the deck. Like I said, it's the saving grace of Mythical Beast, literally. Honorable mentions: Magical Exemplar, Amnion the Master Magician, because he allows you to recycle reuse your spells. And then he's also Savage, because I can just destroy anything on the field I decide I want to. He's 27 strong. And I also run multiple Star Halls, because it's basically an extra 200 attack every spell you activate if you have 2 in your hand in like a Spellbook of Secrets or something. You can go Star Hall, Secrets, 200 attack, activate like power, extra 200 attack. So everything else on my field gets an extra 400 attack boost. And it's just like more spell boosts you activate in a turn, the more multiplicative amounts of attack you gain. It's just beautiful. Star Hall is beautiful, and it's also an underrated card. It's really underrated because you can get spell counters on this thing so quick, and you can just put so many on there, and people ignore it. I mean, destroying it is also a plus for you because you just get to search. You can search for anything. Let's say it has 7 counters. You can search for an Astrograph. You can search for Chronograph. You can search for your entire deck. You can search for Jester. I always recommend to at least make sure it has 1 counter before anything else happens. Because Jester is actually really clutch. Like, he allows your plays to come out more smoothly. And you see me using him in the 2 replays that I made. Jackal should just be played as a one-of. It has some amazing use, but it's not a card that you want to normal summon. It's a card that you want to special summon, and let alone you just want to use it to just keep spamming spell counters all over the board. Really, To be quite honest. And actually, because of Magical Lab, um, it allows you to place three spell counters on Magical Lab just by itself. You also got Beast Magic Attack. This sideboard isn't really a sideboard; it's just a sideboard of ideas, not necessarily stuff I would swap out in my extra deck. Um, I like the fact that it's a quick play, but I don't think. Um, I mean, like when you if you use Beast Magic Attack, the only target you want coming out of the extra deck is fucking Beast, Mythical Beast King Jackal. That's the only card that you actually want coming out of your deck. And I wish that this says Mythical Beast Attack because it will allow Mythical Beast Cerberus. Let's see, hold up. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say if he searched like any mythical beast card, then that card would be savage, but not. Miracle Synchro Fusion is a card that I wanted to add in the deck because, dropping a Supreme Arcane Magician out of nowhere, and then like adding Magical Boost on top of her or some shit like that, like you would fuck some stuff up, okay, with this card. And it's one of my favorite fusions. It is. Um, yeah, this video is a bit long, but I just want to explain some stuff. Instant fusions are just for the window. Spellbook of knowledge at one, power at one, because you're just searching it off of secrets. Um, Ties of the Brethren. You guys definitely saw the reason why I ran Ties of the Brethren. I think it's a staple. Like it should be ran like at all times. Power of the Guardian, clutch card, but never got a chance to use it. I could take it out, but I feel like if I take it out, I'm gonna come into a situation where I want something to stay, and then I'm like, damn, I wish I had that Power of Guardian, you know. So it's just gonna sit there until I just feel like it's useless. The one spellbook tower because you want Magic Citadel up at all times unless you have to utilize the power of Grand Tower. I wish Grand Tower was like Citadel. Citadel is like the old times, and then like fucking Spellbook Tower is like the new times. So if you think about it, the two arts of the card, it's clearly you can see that this is like old school and this is like new school. So I thought that was interesting. Magic Lab stayed to the original text as well. I mean, design of the Magical Citadel. But aside from that, I think this is probably my most favorite spellcaster archetype aside from spellbooks. Spellbooks had the most amazing card art, like on a card, so far. Like so far, I haven't seen anything else. And this is a deck full of like witches and humans and shit. So I thought that was really nice. Anyway, this is the build. I didn't really want to make a video. Show the deck list because it's not necessarily like finished yet. I just literally threw some shit together. Like you don't see spell power graphs in here. Spell power graphs should be in here. It's an instant two counters for World Magical Library, and then it searches itself. So it's like, yeah, it definitely should be in there. If you can fit it, like I actually, you don't need the invoked engine because it only consists of just instant fusions and invocations. Now you can leave the instant fusions in there for plus plays because if you add like Spellbook of Life, you could actually do a soft lock with Shadar Winda and Troy Mirror, but alone. You don't even need Magba. You can make use of like a second Electrum, add in, I say add in Synchron. This, this is my favorite fucking Synchron monster, dude. Like seriously, if this card is special summoned, you could target a card in your pension zone, special summon it, and its effects is negated, and then you can immediately synchro with it. That means you can normal summon this, special summon Garuda, and then go into Tempest Magician with the greatest of ease, as they say. That's why you also can run tuning. Hold up. Tuning to search your Performer Pal out of sync run. It is the best way to search it. There is no reason why you should use anything else. If you feel like you don't want to send one card at the top of your deck to the graveyard, but then again, I mean, you got this to basically spell summon just about everything in your deck from the graveyard, except for like that and that and that and that. Other than that, you can spell summon everything else. So, Performer Pal out of sync run is clutch as fuck. Should definitely run it. Um, it's just it's too good like not to run. And then you could potentially run Odd Eyes Fusion because it's an Odd Eyes card. You can fuse it with you can do a fusion from your Pendulum Zone because both your zones are filled, and you don't have to have Odd Eyes Synchro on the field. So it allows you to make other plays like. So I'm just kind of giving you guys some extra ideas to some extra sauce to add to the deck that I haven't added yet. So where is it? You don't need Odd Eyes Fusion. You need Pendulum Fusion. Pendulum Fusion, which is searchable by Duelist Alliance, which makes it just too fucking good not to run. Like you could actually run it and it not be bad because you could just run Pendulum Fusion. Literally. Where is it? Sorry, I'm gonna cut this off like real soon. Give me a minute. So Pendulum Fusion. Fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monster you control as materials. If you have 2 cards in your Pendulum Zone, you can also use cards in your Pendulum Zones as fusion material. Guys, tell me this is not the easiest way to summon fucking Vortex. That if that's not the easiest way to summon Vortex, I don't know what is, guys. Like seriously, you could not tell me that it's not the easiest way to fucking summon a pendulum monster out of the extra deck. Hell, you could even go as far as to run this. Hold up, I'm gonna clear this up because now I actually suggest a second Spellbook of Fate in the deck. Honestly. Magical Exemplar at 1 is fine, but we're gonna like look at this as like a reference. Okay, so what else we have here? There was something else I wanted to add. Oh, right. Fusion, OCG, Keeper of Dragonic Magic. You can normal summon them, discard 1 card, add a Polymerization of Fusion normal spell, add Pendulum Fusion, right? Now, because it's a Pendulum deck you're running, that's also another way to do it. You can have like a lot of Synchron in your hand, you can have Tuning in your hand, and a Mythical Beast Jackal, and then like Magic Lab, shit like that. Like him, Magic Lab, this guy, and Tuning in your hand, and like 2 other cards. That's an instant like Vortex Dragon that turn. Like that turn. So there is so many ways to play this deck and utilize so many other combos at this time, because earlier it was just like you didn't have anything, and this, like, I really believe Magic Lab is the saving grace of this deck. It is the saving grace of this deck, hands down. Because everything else has just been subpar. There's nothing else that's actually good enough to run in the deck smoothly enough to make it even remotely a competitive level deck. Because at this time in Yu-Gi-Oh, you want to make a deck that is competitive enough of a deck that is really strong. You can make some casual bullshit, but the object of the game is to win, right? So you're gonna want to make a really good deck you want to make a deck as good as possible, as consistent as possible. This deck doesn't look very consistent, but this motherfucker makes the deck a lot more consistent. Like if you get this guy turn 1, whatever, you're going to pretty much plus like a lot. Like I don't even know how many times I plus. I just know that I was drawing so many cards. I literally went through an entire 50 card deck, like half of my deck in like one turn, combos on combos, using everything that I have right now. There's probably better things, but I like to use all spellcasters. It's the best I can do so far. But I think you should make more of a synchro style, or run these three cards just for the sake of bringing out Vortex. Actually, you can eject the spellbook. I mean, you can eject the invocation, put in the pendulum fusion. You can swap out like you could do without Master Magician. Master Magician just got style. It's just like you can't run Epnion if Epnion is not in your deck, man. Like, come on, aesthetics, aesthetics, and he's legitimately a powerful card. He's actually a powerful card. He's not a weak card. Like, it's just he was in an older time, so it took it like the support to bring him out was just trash. And I believe they did Eminem some justice bringing out the mythical beast, because the mythical beast is clearly his creation, straight up, or like one of the you know magic beast clans within Eminem, because you see like there are like tents and shit, like there are multiple great schools or something in there, and you got the beast, you got the master magician, he's the pimp cane Emnion, Pip K Emnion. And back in the day, like he's coming really clutch for me. Like I did some really interesting loops with him. If I could bring back some old replays, like I could show you some stuff that I did. But for now, that's enough talking for me. Like I said again, this is probably gonna be like really fucking fun to do. Running Synchron and Pendulum Fusion, because you only need one. One Pendulum Fusion is enough. Because after that, you probably gonna get your shit right. Probably, if they get past the Vortex. So you really want to have a board with like Vortex, Jackal, um, Griffin, Borlo. Yeah, that sounds about right. And like Windows. So Monster Reborn needs to go in here. You could put Soul Charge as well. Um, like I said, like it's just you got to utilize the ability to play a whole bunch of fucking spells in one turn. You at least want to play like 10 spells in a turn, like in a turn, not counting pendulum spells. You want to have like sorcerers in your hand as well. You don't have to if you manage to bring out Electrum, but you can definitely change this up. I'd actually just I'm probably gonna take out the invoke engine that I put in here. I just threw something in there because I knew it worked before and it just worked for me. I'm gonna save that. This is what it looks like. I don't feel like putting this in a file, so I'm gonna do this. You could probably take these out. I like them too much to take them out, but you could take these out too. Like we could shrink it down to about 44 cards, no lie. Or at least we could add some cards that would put a little bit easier. It'd be a little bit easier to use. Fate. I recommend the second Fate, but that's just me. Um, yo, rest in peace, my friend Jeremiah. He usually runs two Fates. I was always the guy that ran one Fate because that's all I needed, and I was just used to it because Fate was at one point. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna use two Fates. But two Fates is like kind of essential at this point. and you will understand why as a spellbook player. Magical app. Same thing, honestly. Same thing. Power the Guardian, best equipped spell 2018. Seriously. Yep, that's my deck. So you guys have a good day, alright?